Hi, welcome to the Stockinit Zombies. I'm Amy, also known as J-Nitma.
And I'm Megan, also known as Just Run It, and this is episode 213.
Yes, it is.
The crazy one right before ZK, 2016.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I am excited, but there's so much to do between now and then, and some of it has to do with the retreat, but not a whole lot. Right now, it's all other things. Focus, focus, focus. And then as soon as those are clear, breathe and be happy.
Mm-hmm.
You ready?
Yeah. Did you have a good weekend last weekend? You went camping. I saw pictures of camping.
Yep. Went scout camping. I have an official Arrow of Light kid, and he was excited to go camping, and we might be doing it again.
Cool. We've been having some sleep issues, but Dexter wants to go camping too. So, well, that's an incentive to. We gotta get a good night's sleep if we're all gonna be sleeping in a tent together. So, yes. We finally had his birthday party at the climbing gym, which was fun. They had the auto belay system.
Oh, okay.
And his friends gave him such thoughtful gifts. Like, it just blew me away. Like, he always kind of carries around a little chapstick in his pocket, and one of his friends gave him one of those, like the EOS ones. Mm-hmm. And he loves horses, and they gave him like I can't remember what the brand is, but you could get it like at ABC Toy Zone, like a horse thing where you could feed him out of a trough, and there was different saddles and harnesses and stuff he could put on. I was just like, your friends know you, Dexter. They gave you gifts that you would really enjoy, like, it wasn't just like, well, and there was, again, nothing to disparage it, but just like a Nerf gun and stuff like that. But some of it, especially the girls that came, really know him and gave him gifts that reflect that. I was like, that's awesome. They all gave him handmade cards, and we also did a biking event, 3 Mile Smile, last week, which was in Rochester and was completely free, and you got free T-shirts, and it was like I showed up and I was like, oh, those are cute shirts, but I don't think that the kids need them, and Jeremy was like, no, they're free shirts, it's a free ride, free, all this stuff is free face painting, free whatever. And I was like, oh, well then I'm gonna get a purple mustache and a T-shirt. And I did. So yeah, it was kind of a nice, like, I'm gonna be crazy busy and let's just take a moment and do some things as a family, which was kind of what I thought of when you went camping. I was kind of like, well, that was some time away.
Oh,
the fams.
Yep, definitely. It just was me and the boy, though. So.
Yep.
Just feeling like it's around the corner. It's so close.
Yes.
And people are getting very excited, and hopefully that'll get my energy up. But there's work to be done, and it is weighing heavy. But
okay. I'm starting, as I cross more and more things off of my list, and I'm just like making mental notes on like things to pack and stuff. I'm feeling a little lighter.
Okay.
Oof, okay. This is happening, and I'm happy about it.
Yeah. So. I don't have too many more things on my list, but I also thought I was going to have this weekend, and I might not have this weekend.
Yeah.
So it is not happy.
Wah, wah. We were going to mention that with some patterns that we have coming out for the event, that we were going to have pre-announce that July and August, it's not even June yet though. Maybe we'll start like when we come back, mid-June. It'll be a mid-June, July, August KAL.
Okay.
We were going to do a scrappy KAL because the patterns that we have are very good with scraps and odds and ends, and so not necessarily just our patterns, but patterns that look good with the scrappies.
Yep.
So, and then also the self-striping KAL continues on, and this month is almost over, but Knit Circus. This is the greatest of ease, and it's over the rainbow stripes. Aren't those fun? And so, yeah, make sure that you get your entries in for the self-draping.
Very cool.
Yes. Whew. We had a lot of giveaways. I was mailing out a lot of stuff there for a while. And now it's just kind of, okay, self-striping. I can handle that.
Gotten a few donations here and there to catalog, and that's, still rolling in a little bit. So that's nice. But finished objects.
Yes.
Are we there yet?
I think we are.
Okay.
We are totally there.
I finished our retreat banner,
Woot
so I
woot.
can say, thing of bacon, knit, and then Paka. It just keeps going and going and going.
Could we have chosen an any longer name for our retreat?
Nope, but that's really fun. I guess we could have called it Zombie McZombie Face or something, but like Bodie McBodie Face.
Internet.
Yes, the internet. And then I also, the banner will be going up at the retreat, and people can add to it, and that'll be very exciting. But I put them in here. I swear I did. In this one. Aha. I also finished a tiny alpaca. He's so cute.
He is so cute. He has a very expressive face.
Yeah. So he was a lot more work than I thought he was going to be. That's why at the end I felt like, I have made alpaca! like I have made fire!
From Castaway.
So he is probably the only alpaca I'm going to make until I forget how hard he was to make. I don't know if there was anything in particular. It was just a lot of little pieces that I hadn't expected. Like on my other minis, the front legs are actually just one string that you string through, and these are all individual things. And his ears are individual things, his tail is an individual thing. And then there's short rowing in here that once I stuffed him didn't look very good, so I was like sewing up his little short end, short rowing so that you couldn't see as much stuffing. And yeah, I spent a little too much time on him. So there he is. He's cute.
He is super cute. And was he a kit?
No, he was a pattern that came free. Well, free. I think if you bought something, you got him free one weekend when I bought some stuff at Mochi Mochi Land. So he's part of that Mochi Mochi Land. But yeah, and then that same night I finished the alpaca, I started a chicken, and he's almost done already. Because the chicken was done. And then he's got a lot of little accessories too, so he might take a while. But I was like, chicken, that's another little brown thing that I want to make before I put that particular yarn away.
And he was in an alpaca bag. How fun is that?
Yeah. I had to coordinate.
I've been using my maple mousse as well.
Yeah, and then there's also a pack of yarn in here because I thought when I first thought about him I was gonna make multiples, right? And then I was like, oh, he was a lot of work. So I might be making something else with the alpaca, but it's in the alpaca bag. Alpaca love. So yep, that's it for finished objects because that's all I can manage.
Okay. I finished Miss Ellie's Ellie Rose rollers out of the Yarn Geek fibers. She wore them while we were playing Skippo, and then I asked her where they went, and she said she had been wearing them around the house. So I was like, can I have those? Because I didn't get to show the last ones that I finished either. But I think they're a little bit taller. I think I counted the rows on the other ones after I washed them. But the Corriedale has a nice hand, and I think it's going to wear really well. The colors are super brilliant. Super brilliant. And she just looks cute as a button wearing them. So that was another week, another sock, or another pair. And then for my ZK OMG heel class, I wrote up the We OMG heel. And so we don't have a Max here, but they fit Max perfectly if he had a heel, like this way, and the heel just kind of hangs out in the back. But I can neither confirm nor deny that I sometimes put them on my fingers and do, if you're blue and you don't know where to go to, what's your fashion? Button on the Ritz. They're mildly satisfying. Like, it doesn't take very much yarn, and I don't know. I guess I have some extra split rings from the medals for the 5K, and I'm going to have them for class so that people can put one through and put them on their badge if they want to.
Very cute.
Yeah, so then I've got them in various states to show off techniques during the class. So there's this beautiful, I really love that color, the pink and the green, and then I've got some, I guess I'm kind of showing whips here as well, but I've got another Crafty Girl floating lanterns, and I finished a shawl that's got, I thought it would be fun to do like heels and toes on one with some extras. I've still got some more left over from the ones that match Ellie's, but yeah, I don't know. I just like, oh, scraps, and I got scrap happy. And then I finished a shawl, 2 shawls, 3 shawls. The other one is not fit to be shown because it uses one or more of the ZK colorways for the goodie bag. So, but this one, last week you got to see the mini skeins from Show Me Yarn, and this is them knit up. So this is 5 20-gram mini skeins unblocked, but the name of the pattern is Joy Alloy, because Miss Amy took the other one. That is also another way of saying that, which is better together. So I feel like I love all of these colors apart, but then when you put them together, it's like, they're just, an alloy and metal is strengthened by combining 2 things, and this is combining 5 things, and I feel like they just really shine. Yeah, so it's an asymmetrical triangle. As you can see, that side grows faster than the other. It's got a textured stitch that combines the 2, they kind of bleed into each other, and I think it's kind of pretty on both sides. I like the other side as well, where you get kind of the dotted part there. But the pattern is going to include 5 mini skeins of 20 grams, 6 mini skeins of 20 grams, and 7 instructions for all of those. So this one is quite a bit smaller. Well, it's not been blocked, but this is another scrappy one. So this is, the orange you glad it's pink, and the Targi from 716, and this is the green that was in my breathing space. And so it's just, they've all kind of got meaning, right? The blue was in my winter wheat. This is the Marigold Jen colorway from last year, and I really like how they've combined. But look at, A, it's been blocked, but B, how much bigger it is with the 7 colors versus the 5. So this is just an equivalent to 1 skein of yarn, and then this one is 140 grams versus 100, right? So yeah, quite a bit bigger, but again, this one's not unblocked, yeah, and this one will grow quite a bit. But yeah, that's Joy Alloy. I really, I liked the short rows. This one, if you're looking at it really closely, might be a little bit different. I ended up doing, and you know how I love spreadsheets, I created a predictive model where if I added like a garter row of the green here, it has trickle effect, right? Like it would mean that I would need more of another color. And so I created a spreadsheet that would do that for me. So if I added a garter row and 2 stitches got added, and then I knew how many stitches I got per gram, and so then it would add up all of the stitches, and it would go, warning, you've gone over your 20 grams on this color because you added that garter row 20 rows ahead of it. And I don't know, I felt kind of cool and techy and whatever, but
did it really like turn red and start bleeding?
It didn't, but I could see up top.
Oh, okay.
And it was all automated, right? Like I didn't do anything. It was just a formula over here that if the row was a C5 and here was the stitch count, then it ended up in the C5 column, and then it summed it at the top. I don't know that that's making any sense to anyone, or if I'm giving away any secrets, but it was just like bazinga. It did it for me, and I really liked it. So there's the shot that shows you the difference between the 2 sides. So you can see the one side is quite a bit longer. The edges are a little rough here. I got in a hurry and was doing too much on Saturday. Like I changed cat litter and blah, blah, blah. And then, no, I guess it was on Sunday. And then I didn't get, I was blocking this as we were running out the door to go to the birthday party. So it was like at the end, I was like, oh, okay, that's not really great. But I did use my, the flexible ones. What is that? Infinity. Yep, I used those, and that was nice. Kind of wove them through, and it's been a while since I've blocked a triangle. Other shawls that I've been doing recently have just kind of laid out, but this definitely needed the stitches. Stitches stretched. And then, yeah, that's it. Lots of design, knit, repeat. So I've done a 7, I've done a 5, and now I need to do a 6. So I've got the
6 on board.
Yep, I have the 6 on board, and I've decided the order. You'll have to tell me if you like my color order, but I think I wanted to do this way.
Oh, okay.
So the pink next to the browns, and the green next to the browns, and the purple next to the brown. I don't know.
Yeah.
I laid them out and took a picture of it, so that, because sometimes I'll get into something like that and I'll be like, oh, I had the perfect color kind of like figured out. And then I forgot it because I just shoved it all into a bag, right? But yeah, this is the Mode Knit, and it's in their merino bamboo, I believe. I took the card out and cut it so that I could take a picture of it with the side by side. Yep. So there's 25 grams per skein and 96 yards. Merino bamboo nylon. Mode Knit Sherlock colors. But yes, I use my phone as a memory device a lot now.
I was going to say, like, I needed to do that when I was figuring out what colors were going to go into my blanket. Because I picked out the next 6 and thought, yeah, these are great. And then I shoved them in the bag, and then I brought them out again. And I'm like, oh, where did this one go? So, yeah, I hear ya.
Yeah. So, a little self-promotional there with the Joy Alloy, but I really enjoy that pattern. And I've really been enjoying the mini skein sets. That we're seeing everywhere. We've got quite a bit of them that I'm staring at here because we've got
people donated some
for ZK, and just going through the market, the Mode Knit ones and the Show Me Yarn ones, and I think that's a fun, if you're not making a blanket, that's a fun use for them. I also wanted to mention I did publish the We OMG heel because I had enough people Ravelry PMing me, and if it's like $2 and something, I think it's like $2.43, whatever our number is at the end. But if you've ever bought the OMG or the Spacious OMG heel, I've made a coupon code that is retroactive and current active. The coupon code is WEE, the WEE-OMG, WEE OMG, and you can get it for free. So rather than adding it to those other patterns, I just made it separate, and you can get it for free if you've already bought the heel itself, and then wished I could put like flashing lights and stuff and say, please don't buy this if you actually want to make a heel that fits a person. Yeah, I think I put it like in the toy category or something like that, just so that people wouldn't, because I mean, it's one size and it's toe up, and the other patterns are definitely more extensible.
Yeah. Exactly.
So, but it was fun to put it on Max, and they're fun little socks to knit.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're interested in learning the OMG, fun. All right.
So I have my work in progress is my breathing space yet again, but my sleeve is a lot further along than it was before, and I might run out of yarn this evening, but that's wishful thinking. I'm not sure I'm going to get through that.
Mm-hmm.
But
how much more sitting here and knitting are we going to do?
Yeah, I don't know. So for right now, that's the only thing that I have made any significant progress on. You have seen the chicken that I started,
Mm-hmm.
and I have worked on the Better Together cowl.
Okay.
And you've seen a grayscale of that because there are some that are retreat oriented in there, just like Megan.
Yeah, if you go out to the ZK 2016 hashtag, a couple of your test knitters, I believe, have ZK 2016, and they're pretty.
Yes, the test knitters, actually the pattern page is up on Ravelry, and the test knitters have put up their lovely finished objects. So that's a good place to go.
Future Megan.
Yeah.
Magic, link that.
Yeah.
Link that up, dude.
So I just need to get through to the retreat where we do the big reveal, and that will be activated.
Mm-hmm.
For anybody who wants.
But we still got secrets, yo.
Yeah. We hope so, anyway.
Yeah.
Every girl has to have her secrets.
Can't give it all away right up front.
That's all I have. I feel so bad. Like I said, work is taking over my world.
Mm-hmm.
And it's okay. It's supposed to on occasion, right? I've lucked out over the past year when I haven't had to work like this. So
okay.
It came due.
I cast on a toe. This is out of Diabolical's Targi yarn. It is catatomic stripes, self-striping Targi, 90% Targi wool, 10% nylon. 115 grams is 430 yards, and it does feel very beefy. Like I feel like I'm channeling my inner Amy here because it's very dense.
Yes, very, very beefy.
And the yarn itself is very, Targi has a definite feel to it. It's not quite merino and bouncy, but I like what it's doing. I'm picking up what it's putting down. And so these will definitely be on the needles, as will, as I mentioned, my Mode Knit 6-color version of the shawl.
What will I knit at the retreat? I have a feeling I will spin at the retreat more than anything. It's just easier for me. No thinking, really. Just spin. Spin.
Very pretty colors. Jewel tones. Yeah. And every time I pull out sock yarn now, my daughter is like, leftovers for me. Yeah. Those are nice, Mom. And you know what? I can't really falter. Those socks are fairly easy. I think I can finish them like even on a weekday, one a day, right? I mean, it was just like in a night, cast on a toe, get done with it. Because her feet will grow. That's kind of the catch-22 of these, I feel like, is that if I put heels in them, they actually wear them. But if I don't and I make them like tube socks, then they never wear them. So I might as well wear them while they fit. I guess we could put a half afterthought heel in there or something, but I could always rip it out if I kept some of the yarn and didn't make wee OMGs out of it, and make them longer later. I had a wee bit of enabling to talk about, in addition to our other enabling. So I got suckered into Camp Loopy because of the discount, and because at that same time they had a self-striping update of very colorful yarnings. I believe this is very colorful. Yes, very colorful yarnings. And they had this Luck colorway, and I absolutely loved it. And I got my little button. So these, I believe the Camp Loopy starts June, so I could cast these on at the retreat if I wanted to. And then I also signed up for, and this was quite a deal. I didn't realize how much was coming with it. So this is another self-striping. It's Yarn Enabler, and this, why doesn't have the name of it? It was like Girls Night or something. Doesn't have the name of the colorway on it. Bummer. But I really liked the green and the blue. It was like, but then it comes with a heels and toes. I had no idea it came with the heels and toes. Cool. Extra. And then I signed up for a 3-month subscription to her. She's got the colored pencils. And so this is a wee little toe where you can see like the graphite and the color of the pencil. And then the main color of the pencil is this, and then I believe the ribbing. Or no, this would be the toe, and this would be the
graphite, and then the
heel,
eraser.
maybe heel. No, yeah, cuff. You're right. So, and this was, I believe, April's. So, very pinky, orangey, but super fun. I'm looking forward to casting on the little toe, and I haven't really done coordinating heels and toes before, so. Lots of self-striping coming into my world. I need to stop because I'm actually using some of it, and then if I buy faster than I use, then that's just poor planning on my behalf. And then I posted on Instagram this evening, I got a Swift cover. It's a little tall. I was doing it based off of the packaging. I recently got a new Swift, so I could talk about that. I had it was the same brand as our ball winder, the Stanwood. And the ties, slowly but surely, and I had it for years and years and years, well before I'd had the Stanwood ball winder. They had all kind of started to unravel or fall apart, and I had replaced systematically, just as they started falling apart, replaced them with ties, like twist ties, yeah. And then it finally bit, the Stanwood one finally bit the dust, and the wood broke in between one of these grommets that holds it together. And I had duct taped it and kind of hobbled through some of the caking that I had been doing, and then I was like, no, I'm just going to get a legit Swift. And this is a Knit and Purl is the brand. It looks very similar to the Stanwood. I don't know, what differentiates it, but it's a big umbrella Swift, and I got it on Amazon.
Okay.
And we got some for the retreat from Amazon as well. Okay. But I've been storing them in the box that it came in, just in perpetuity. And now I feel like I've totally made my Swift legit. I put a ring on it. And this is from you, so-and-so, EWE, so-and-so. It's got a really nice drawstring, super sturdy cable, and it's padded. So, and I don't mind that the top kind of loops over and has a handle. She had different sizing options. Again, I didn't actually measure it. I based it off of the packaging. So the box was quite a bit taller. And I didn't want it right up to the top. But I think it's very apropos that we've got a little smiling yarn on it, and it makes my yarn into smiling yarn balls. And then I got a new to me style bag from her, a little snap at the top, fold the brim, use it like a basket type bag. So your mom has the dumpling, but I've not seen one that you snap at the top and fold over. It's got a flat bottom, and it's got a smiley yarn that matches. So yeah, I think I might put my Mode Knit in there and knit that shawl. Look at this guy. But yeah, and there's more yarn coming. I get into these moods, and then my bins are overfloweth, and then I go, what was I thinking? I need to cull the herd eventually, I think. You recently did that.
Not really. I mean,
well, you said you did some organization.
Yes.
So
but it didn't, yeah. It just put things back to where they should be, and maybe I see more overfloweth or whatever.
Yeah.
But I got swayed by a coupon code that came into my mailbox. Ooh, that's loud. So I'm assuming it was because I had a membership or an account at Bijou Basin Ranch. They had sent me a really generous coupon.
I just mailed one of those out.
Yep. I wonder where I got the idea to have one. So I was like, oh, great. And so I put it in my cart, and I got with the shipping and whatnot, and I was like, yep, want it, sold, mine. So lovely Bijou Basin Ranch. It's the mode knit dyed stripy yak down nylon socks in the lime gray.
And the lime and the gold.
And it came with a pattern and a sample of their Allure soft wool wash. So really nice. I mean, I got the yarn and a vest pattern for a male vest pattern, and then some Allure to wash my socks with. So I thought that was really cool.
Yeah. I use my Allure on anything that looks kind of suspicious. Like, it might bleed. Yeah. I trust it. It makes me feel safe inside. I have another scent with, what is it? It's kind of that, yes, it's another one of the wool washes.
Okay.
And I enjoy the scent, but I use it on the ones that I know that aren't likely to run.
I see.
Yes. I've not had anything cross my fingers and knock on wood and anything ever run with the Allure. So, or bleed or anything. So
yeah, I've had a few things that were pow when I got done knitting them that like became after the first wash, and so yeah, it's good to find something you trust so that it doesn't lose its pow.
Yeah, no, she worked, what is her name now? Carl, and anyway, she worked out in the industry. So I think she knows what needs to be in there and what doesn't need to be in there. I think that's actually literally on the label, isn't it?
It could be. Yeah. We have some samples somewhere.
Yep.
But it's not in my bag.
Not within your reach.
It isn't. Can't get there from here.
What else did we have to say? We've kind of intermingled ZK into all of this.
We did.
So sorry if you're tired of hearing us mention those two letters. It's just kind of taken over our life currently. A couple of things about the retreat that I wanted to mention that we didn't talk about last week. I sent the survival guide out. One very important thing. My people that were fact checking me did not catch that I accidentally snuck in that the market was going to be at the Marriott. It is not going to be at the Marriott.
Whoops.
It's going to be at the Doubletree. The ZK forums were correct, but the survival guide had it at the Marriott. Oops. Also in that, we announced that there's going to be a pajama party on the Thursday of the opening night. So that'll be fun. Saw a lot of people talking about sewing some jammy bottoms. I may or may not have ordered some spoon flour to do just that. If I could get my act together.
I think I'm just going to bring the jammies I already have. But
cool.
But they'll be nice jammies. Fun jammies.
Yeah. I don't know. I enjoy that particular piece of I can sew jammy bottoms. And I can do it fairly well, and they don't look horrible if you don't stare at the seams. So. Me made May. I'm I'm going to be making some jammy bottoms. What else? 5K got some new signage. I'm excited about that. Looks legit, and I won't have to bring a little hammer along and go dink, dink, dink on stakes. I'll be able to push it in with my foot like a real estate agent or with an open house thing. Yeah.
I guess something that's new that's going to require you to think in advance is the knitwear adoption. So if there's something in your closet that you're not loving or it's not loving you, bring it and we will try to find it a new loving home. But be sure that you are willing to part with it freely. We're not doing a must exchange or must buy. It's just like, it's a free to good home. So be okay with its destination. I might put in there like a few things in, like there's a couple of the things that it's like, if you turn this into hanks of yarn, just don't tell me.
Don't post it to Instagram and tag me, please.
Yeah, don't unravel it and take a picture of you in the process and go, ha ha ha,
Yeah, that is. I mean, if your intention is to give it to somebody to wear, that would be,
Yeah, that would be the most ideal. But I am also not going to fault the repurposing of it because it's just sitting in my closet.
Yeah, and they don't have any of the feelings of like, oh, I knit this and whatever associated with it, so they'll be able to.
Yep, exactly.
Yep.
And I do have one garment that was slightly felted and needs a very particular body shape. So there's no way you're going to be ripping that one out, and so you're going to have to be a petite and small person. So
yeah,
if you want that one. But again, lots of really cool things that just weren't me. So I'm going to bring those, tag them up, say where they came from. But so knitwear adoption needs to be something you're willing to give freely, free to good home. And that'll be fun.
Yeah.
Be kind of like, I don't know, discovering somebody's closet. What's in your closet?
What else? Oh, we announced that the keynote speaker on Friday night is Amy Deachin. She will undoubtedly be wearing purple and be speaking to the ways as knitters that we kind of fool ourselves. So I believe it's called I Don't Knit Sleeves, which is kind of funny because if you knit garments, you have to knit sleeves unless you wear a lot of vests.
Yeah.
So. She said there's lots of opportunity to share some of the things that you tell yourself as well as a knitter, the things that we tell ourselves. So very entertaining. Love Amy. Love lots of Amy's. When speaking to her, I always feel like my Amy and Amy S versus Amy D versus
Yep, exciting. Non sequitur just all of a sudden popped into my brain. Minneapolis is getting a Vogue Knitting Live in November, so I
knew about that.
I did too, but like it recently came back to me in full force this week. Like a couple people mentioned it, asked if I was going, and so it just came back to me like, oh, we're getting one that's nearby, and it's in a month that I'm not going to be super busy.
Yeah, it was. It used to be up there, not always, but I think and then it went away, and now it's coming back. So,
hooray for coming back! Yeah, so exciting! I need to mark my calendar once again and get up there to see people and maybe learn some stuff.
Yeah. Alrighty.
But anyway,
next time you see us, we'll be on the other side of the big event. You'll probably hear us muttering ZK one more episode, if not talking about what we bought there and things that we did and the fun that we had. But thanks for hanging with us. It's bringing our online knitting community together, but we understand that that's not everyone, right?
Yeah.
So just bear with us.
Yep.
If you had an excited friend that was going someplace and you couldn't go, you kind of just bear with it a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Like when you were talking about going to a retreat and I couldn't go, and I was like, whoa. But you smile and you're excited for the people because they're doing something that's exciting and fun to them, and lots of connections and outreach, and it'll be a good time.
Absolutely. Bye.
Bye, Ufta.